Hey guys, it's Sean Zane, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 35 on the year, and it's all about dropping value, making sure that you learn something, especially now, this time of the day. A lot of you, I told you, make sure you have your lunch already prepared. Sit back, relax, and learn something. This is what you should be doing in this time. You should be taking information, thinking about how and reflecting about it. How can I use this information and be an action taker and actually implement? Don't waste your 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes with us today and not doing anything. A lot of the things we talk about are about personal, how to help you with that, business, and also overall how to help you grow. So I want to bring on Jamie Silverman.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey Sean, how you doing today?
Doing pretty awesome. I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day to, share some value and give us some tips and tricks and let us learn about you. So maybe those that are out there can, basically reach out and connect and grow some business together.
Absolutely. Taking time from my living room to go to my dining room. My
It's
busy
a,
day.
a different world now. We used to have face-to-face meetings. Now this is the best we're going to get right now. So
Well,
for those that don't know, those that are in my community that don't know who you are, Jamie, can you give us a little introduction of who you are and what you're involved in?
who I am first and foremost is a mother. Second, I'm a real estate agent specializing in Livingston, New Jersey. I've grown up in Short Hills and I've been, a person who has frequented both towns and done real estate in both towns. I love to socialize, play golf, sell houses, cook. There's too many things to say, but who I am is a local girl, local resident, doing business
And
in
that's what
today's
it's all
world.
about.
Yeah.
Being local. That's what I found in real estate. You have to be more hyper local. It's not
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm going to do real estate in Livingston and I'm going to do business down in Cape May. That just doesn't make sense. You want to really know every property, the ins and outs. And the only way to do that is if you're in those properties, correct?
Correct. Well, I had a really good piece of advice 20 years ago when I joined real estate in Short Hills. And my mentor at the time, her name was Mindy Walensky, and she passed away about 4 years into me being in the business, which was very sad. But she said to me, Jamie, if I have one piece of advice to give you is stick to what you know. So I did. And I stayed in Short Hills and stayed in Livingston, and I stuck to what I knew because that was my comfort zone and I specialized in that. And I could make people feel really good about coming into those towns because I had grown up there and I could share everything I knew about the towns to the people who were coming to the towns. And it was very authentic. People really appreciated my knowledge and my sincerity.
And you
And
use
that's all I
emotions.
love.
You're
Yeah.
you're basically building relationships using emotions, your real life things, experiences you're sharing with people that you wouldn't get if you didn't live in that area. How did you get involved with real estate? Did one day you say, "Oh, let's go sell houses. I want to sell houses." How does it start for you?
Actually, it wasn't about selling houses. When I was very young, about 8 years old, my parents had a blended family. It was like the Brady Bunch, three boys, three girls. We found ourselves in a very small house in Millburn, which only had about 4 bedrooms and 2 baths. For 6 kids, that didn't work. So I was about 8 years old, and my parents started looking to relocate in Short Hills into a bigger house that could accommodate everybody. So we started a venture on looking at houses, and I was the only, kid who really was interested in looking at those houses. And I just fell in love with. I was excited at 8 years old to go look at houses and look at rooms and space. And I don't know. I just remember seeing houses that now that I see them again when I'm selling them, I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, they looked so big when I was little, and I just caught the bug at that time.
No,
So
you could feel the passion that you have in the business that you're doing because if you're not passionate and you're not giving your all and your love into it, people really realize that and they'll know you're not really doing this for, you're just doing it for the commission. You're actually building relationships for the long haul.
absolutely. And, 20 years in the business to be committed to something in this day for 20 years is a long commitment. And I expect to be in it. I've rode different markets, 2008, I've seen the ups and the downs, and this is a quite challenging time. But when we're in these challenging times, to actually pair up with people like you and do collaborations and just draw from other people's strengths and knowledge, I always feel like I want to grow as a person. So at this time, I'm not just sitting in my living room or my dining room. I'm educating and, connecting with people and seeing what I can do in the next 30, 60, 90 days to be productive and keep my business moving forward and help people, who are having problems and who are struggling maybe mentally. Or I'm always available, whether it be housing or friendship. But it's important to, in the next 30, 60, 90 days, to keep yourself and your mental state, alive and healthy. So,
I couldn't agree more. That's
when the time
so
comes when
true.
we're ready to go, we'll press the button. And instead of ghosting my business for 90 days and
Hmm.
furloughing myself, hopefully we'll be ready when everything starts up again.
Right, you're trying different things, just like a lot of you that are jumping on. We have a variety of people, and I want to shout out Matthew, Victoria, Dawn. We have
Hello.
Doug. We have Doug Beck, Janice, Ashley. Guys,
Wow.
hashtag live if you're watching this now. Drop a comment, hit the wow button, hit that share button, because we want to help your friends that are in your community be educated as well and learn some things and use and abuse some of the tips and tricks and value that we're going to bring you today. So don't just sit there, eat your lunch, but also learn, grow, and use some of the things we might talk about, because maybe it sparks an interest. That's why I enjoy doing this. And collaborating is a huge thing that all of you should be doing. This is something how you have a conversation that I normally do face to face. You're seeing what happens in the real life right now. So
Yeah.
it's something that everyone should be having these type of conversations every single day, a couple times a day, so you continue to learn, you grow, and you're socially healthy. So I need to talk to people. I need to be around people. It's important for me to continue that. So when you help people, it shows. And I try to do that every single day and use social media and use marketing to get to that level. Now, you were in sports when you're younger.
Yeah.
You were like a springboard diver, right?
I was. So that goes back to the tale of Milburn Short Hills and the good old Milburn Pool, Giro Park. So if you're know about Short Hills and Milburn Short Hills, there's a great pool there. And I think I was around 7 years old, and my mother took me to hey, Ashley, took me to the Milburn Pool and put me in a little diving program, learned how to dive, this and that. And I went through the summer diving championships and I got better each year. And then it turned out that I ended up going to high school, Newark Academy, for diving, and ended up having a sports scholarship to the University of Alabama, of all places, in 1984, which was a lot more partying than diving, I must say, but we won't go there. But there was a lot of spirit. And I did All American, I traveled national and international, but that dedication and coaching and willing to be coached, I think helped me a lot with my career in real estate. And just as a person in general, the fact that you can take coaching and, hey, if there's, I always say about coaches can see your game better than anybody else. Like Tiger Woods, I think he probably has like 10 coaches on every, he's got a swing coach, he's got all different coaches for every different part of his game. And if one part of your game is off, that coach is going to help you get back on your game. So I depend on friends. There are lots of coaching, friends coaching, business coaching, sports coaching, all those different things that help to round me out as a person. Speaking of which, I love golf. So I started golfing a long time ago as well. And let me tell you, I always take lessons at the beginning of the season. And people say,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, Jamie, why are you taking? I don't need any lessons. I don't need that." I said, "I really don't consider it lessons. I consider having my golf coach. And every time I have a lesson or a coaching session, um, I get put on, the iPad. They circle my head, so when I'm doing my swing, if my position is out, my head is up, this and that. They stop it at the frame and say, okay, look at your head, look where it is. This is why, the form, the actual,
The motion.
the motion, and my diving helped me with my golf. And it's not always your strength that matters, but also your form. And I think it's important. And so I don't have lessons, because believe me, in a golf game, it's hard to be consistent unless you are someone like Tiger Woods or these professionals. But you get out there and you're like killing it the first 6 holes, and then all of a sudden your game goes off the cliff on 7, 8, and 9, and then you're on the back end and you're like, okay, let's see if we can get this back.
That's why, golf you brought up some major value there, because I believe sports have made me into the person that I am today. All the trials and tribulations, the close games in baseball when I was playing, I'm sure the competitions that you were involved in,
Sure.
maybe you didn't win all the time, and you actually were learning through the process, all the mistakes you make. I make mistakes in business. I made mistakes playing baseball, in school, what have you, but you always continue growing. And I like how you said a coach can see what you're doing wrong, but they also will explain and help you understand how to make yourself better. And today you have technology. You can, oh yeah, your alignment's not correct in golf. You'll be able to, mechanics are off, so you can see things, but you also have to be able to listen. A lot of you are hard-headed out there. You have a coach. You might have a coach. You're thinking about having a coach. You have to be open-minded. It's something that, like, I teach people how to use video. I've done thousands of videos. I think I know what I'm talking about, but some people won't take action, and that's a big thing as well. They don't know how to apply. So you also get criticism from others. When you become more successful, you have more coaches, you're learning and continuously growing. You also have to let it sink in and actually do it, right?
I think that people get stopped, and I think it's fear-based. It's fear that stops them. So doing something that you don't know how to do and thinking you're going to make a mistake is paralyzing to people. Rejection is paralyzing to people. This is my first live, type of situation. And I said, you know what, go for it. At this point, what does it matter if you make a mistake or you don't? And as far as video and all of that, I'm embracing. I didn't grow up like these millennials, and I can't type quickly. I still use voice texting and voice typing. And, I'm not an editor, but I find myself doing Zoom videos and editing property tours and this and that. And hey, I'm going through it, and a dog is going to bark, and the homeowner's walking through the screen with a mask on. And I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I going to edit this out? But hey, I'm going to put it up on social media and say, look, when I have to market something, this is the way it is. Okay. I try to, not have somebody's, clothes on the floor and dirty laundry. I try to edit those things out. But if it happens, it's not so bad.
It's being human.
Go for it.
Things happen. Just do it. I mean, I do.
Speaking of human, I am at that age where I can't see anymore. So here I am with my glasses.
I don't know about you. There's a lot of people on here, and this is your first live ever, and we want to shout out Michael Montalvo, Frank, Mark, Pedro. Thanks so much, John. We have Randy, Richard, Jennifer, Michael, Jimmy. This keeps going. Michelle, Michael, Michelle Pays is on. Thank you so much for taking some time out.
Bias. How are you, Michelle? Springfield's top agent.
She's on it. Yeah. All the billboards. She's all over the place down there.
An inspiration to me.
Laura, Danielle, really. We have Anthony, Deborah, Jane. You guys, #live.
Any golfers out there?
Any who? Doctors?
Golfers. Doctors. No, thank God I'm very healthy. I don't need any doctors right now.
But we want engagement. If you guys have questions for us about anything that we're talking about, you want us to go over a couple different things, give us some questions in the comments. Let me know if you're alive. We had a few of you already make some comments, and we appreciate Ashley and Pedro, but we know you're there. Pay attention, drop a comment, hit that share button, guys. If you're not going to do anything, #live, hit the wow button, and share the heck out of this live, because I know the value in here you're going to learn and you're going to utilize. Now, Let's talk about some of the areas as far as who your market is. And let's go to your website.
Oh,
And you have your glasses on, right?
there it is. I see it. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Where Jamie's really focused is in these areas. So she's in the Florham Park, Livingston, Roseland, Short Hills, Milburn, and Summit, North Caldwell, and Verona.
Yeah, anything about 10 miles around Livingston, Short Hills, 10 to 12 miles. I try to keep a niche market because I want to be able to bring my expertise to the people I work with. And I work with a lot of sellers. So, sellers, I'm bringing a lot of houses to the market. So, I really want to know my community and be able to provide information and knowledge to anybody coming into the communities.
No,
It's
it's
important.
the value has to be there. And these are some of her featured listings.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this on blast right now. The one in Livingston, the 53 Burnett Hill. Jamie's doing a first time ever virtual tour on Sunday, guys. You got to come
Sunday
and check that out, right?
at noon. You might see me using the camera and falling down the steps. And at that point, if I sprawl into the foyer, please somebody can send a doctor.
You also, I want to share with those that are watching, please friend request Jamie Simon, excuse me,
So,
Silverman. Right here is her page. And if you're on the
yeah.
live, hashtag live right now, and become a friend, connect with her. She has a lot of powerful things in here. She knows how to use social media. She's been incorporating a lot of different tools and she's using video. Let's talk about your loves as far as those little puppies and those dogs you have.
Gosh.
What kind of dogs do you have?
My dogs are my life. I've been doing a lot of rescue, fostering. My favorite breed, my breed, are small dogs, are hairless Chinese crested and Chinese crested powder puff. People say, "Oh my God, Jamie is that ugly dog who has no hair and only skin. I couldn't even look at that dog." And that breed is the most loyal, faithful, loving, smart type of dog. And I've rescued a lot of them. I've rescued from kill shelters. Currently, I have two small Chihuahuas and one Chinese crested. Their total combination weight of all three is less than 20 pounds. So, they could be
Not
a.
a security dog, right? You're not going to have any people coming
Oh,
in your house at night. You're in trouble.
they're actually ferocious. The smaller they are, the bigger they think they are. So,
That is true. That's in life too.
they're like little Napoleons. They're,
Yep.
especially Chihuahuas. Um, they're not as yappy as you think they are. They are really great dogs. Uh, and fostering and saving dogs, people are like, how can you foster a dog and let the dog go? Hey, Chris, how can you let the dog go after fostering? I let them go because I know that they're going to a very, very good home. And everybody is screened very intensely. And I also know that makes room in my house and place to save another dog and prevent them from going to a shelter.
Hmm.
So, especially the small dogs are very fragile, so they don't do well in shelter life. I also work with emotional problem dogs too, and help them become a dog again. So dogs that have been in puppy mills and things like that who don't even know how to be a dog.
So
So
those out there that have dogs, what kind
yeah,
of dog do you have? At least we'll get some kind of comments from you
let's
guys.
hear about the dogs.
Let's hear what kind of dogs you have. Drop a hashtag type of dog you have. Now,
Just put some
Jamie,
hearts on there that you love dogs.
hearts,
Your dog,
yes. We
dog's
want to see
cool.
comments. Comments help our lives. When you first started in real estate,
Yeah.
how were you marketing yourself compared to like then? And then what are you doing now to market you?
Okay, so when I started out in real estate, I really didn't have a huge sphere of influence, even though I grew up in the town of Short Hills, and that's where I was. My mother was heavily involved with the PTA and the drug free youth and the Nancy Reagan Just Say No. And she had a lot of friends and family, but she was tough on me. She's like, I'm not going to recommend you to anyone. If you do badly, it'll be a reflection of me. But I know you'll be able to get whatever you need to get done. So I started like everybody else, cold calling. And I was cold calling. My first cold call listing was a for sale by owner in West Orange. And that one cold call, they took a chance on me. And that $550,000 listing translated into $6 million worth of business. And that just got the ball rolling for me. So cold calling. And in 2000, I was one of the first people to hop on the Realtor.com internet. And I didn't even know how to upload a picture. My first email address was AOL. I think I still have it today, but I send all the junk, like when I'm signing up on the internet for something at night at 3:00 in the morning and I'm ordering like Kanoki foot pads, I put my AOL address. So everything goes to there. All the junk and spam goes to AOL. But I had no idea. Computers terrified me. Clicking the button and going to another screen, I was out of my mind. The wheels were coming off the bus. But I educated myself, and you have to get with the program. You either move forward or you move on.
That's it. That's it.
If you can't, like today. So it was much easier 20 years ago when there was no real internet and websites and all of this stuff that we have today. I was giving the knowledge to the buyers and sellers. Now that, they can get that knowledge online, but they can't get the real experience, the tangible experience that you can get actually working with an agent who is an advocate for you, whether buying or selling. And I always tell my buyers and I tell my sellers, listen, if computers could sell houses, we'd all be out of jobs. But, hey, now maybe computers can sell houses. I shouldn't say that anymore, but I have not had, I have not sold any homes actually yet, just virtually. I've had people actually tell me, okay, thank you. I'm getting it all ready, getting them the tours, everything, but they still want to enter that house. They physically need to be in there, to experience the four walls, to walk through and to really feel it. Because pictures can say a lot, but live experience is what you feel.
That's right.
Feel a picture, you can see it, but you can't feel it. It's kind of like text conversation, or what I found in this actual world now. I used to text and call and this and that, but I wasn't making the connection with the people. Now I talk to them, they'll come on the internet, they'll get me off of Zillow or this or that, and I schedule a time. I'm like, listen, I'm in wherever I am, I'm in the bathroom, wherever you are at home where you say you can't talk. I have your phone number. Do you have FaceTime or Zoom? Can I call you when I'm done right now? And that has made all the difference. Actually talking to people, or I said, can I FaceTime you? Can we set up a FaceTime call? And they're like, why? I'm like, no, because I'm really alone. I have my dogs here, but I really need some human interaction. And then I do a FaceTime call and we look in each other's, eyes, and there's just more a human element to that. And I found that bringing that human element to that conversation and that connection really is really binding and bonding, so to speak. So that, hey, we're going through this together. And when they push the button and we're allowed to really meet in person, we've already established a connection and a relationship, and we're going to go out and find you your home.
There's so much value there, guys. And this last piece that Jamie was talking about, as far as setting up, blowing up a phone call. Don't have a phone call off the bat. Say, hey, I'll get you back when is 6:00 good tonight? And you set up a FaceTime or a Zoom call or StreamYard. I like StreamYard because you can share your screen and everything too. But also have this one-on-one. You feel the emotion, the passion. If you're on the phone, some people are good on the phone. Some people are horrendous on the phone.
Right.
And you should keep this in mind, guys. We're not selling on the phone. You're building a relationship. You can't sell somebody a house. You can't sell somebody insurance on the phone. Maybe you can, but it's not something that you want to do. You want to find out the problems that they have and then provide the solutions to their problems. That's all our jobs are. And main job is, though, besides that, is lead generation. If your phone is not running and it's not ringing, it's not your broker's fault. It's your fault. because you're not doing anything. Some of you are sitting on your ass complaining, oh, this market's going down. Oh, it's things are not happening the way it should be happening. I can't show houses. Why are you not marketing more? Why aren't you not doing social media? Why aren't you not making more cold calls,
Well,
warm calls?
it's not, and I found that it's not that things are not happening and not working. It's when that happens, an, a manager of mine told me something really good, a good piece of advice. It was the end of summer, and I was like, oh, the market has really slowed down, this and that. And she looked at me and she said, Jamie, has the market slowed down or have you slowed down? So I had to look inside myself. I'm like, yeah, I wanted to go to the pool a little more, this, that. And she's like, damn it, she's right. I have slowed down. And, there are people out there killing it and whatever. And you got to take responsibility for what you're doing or what you're not doing. There's a market out there. I'm busy and I'm busy getting prepared. So it might not be selling, but I'm doing other things to be prepared, and you get up and you get going. And that's what is important. So, when the markets slow down or you say, oh, I can't work or nothing's working, ask yourself, maybe I'm not working.
And I liked what you said earlier with everyone should be looking for 30, 60, 90 days out. It's something
Yeah.
that you look in the mirror, you start planting seeds now. You're not making the business now, you're making it down the road. You implement, you start doing things today. Get off your ass. If you're not active, get healthy. Start doing some kind of
Yeah.
workouts. Get your momentum going, get your energy up, get the endorphins in your body so that you're like, shit, I'm going to make phone calls. I'm going to do my emails. I'm going to do text messages. How about
Right.
a video text message?
I've
Hey,
done,
what's going on, Jamie? We haven't talked in a while.
yeah,
Would you give me a few 15 minutes of your time so we can go over some new things that are happening with me and send it to somebody?
right.
That's better than typing it all out, you know?
I've always taken a lot of coaching from my managers in real estate. My first manager in Short Hills, Rich Turner, um, he really motivated me because he believed in me. When he hired me, he's like, you're gonna really do well in this business. I feel it. And because he felt it, I felt it. I had no idea if I was or wasn't. I was a single mom raising my child all by myself. Failure wasn't an option for me. I had to sink or swim, and if I didn't sell a house, I wasn't, thank God I liked selling houses and I loved houses because it wasn't like a job to me at all. And 20 years later, I'm still here. My daughter graduated college. She became an international chef. She was supposed to open up her first restaurant in Greenwich Village in June. We've gotten pushed back till probably end of the year, but she'll do it.
Yeah.
You know, but he said, Jamie, you're going to make it in this business and plant the seeds now, and the grass will grow. Start planting the seeds. Don't look for results tomorrow. This is long term. So you plant those seeds now, the grass will grow. And one other piece of advice, tend to the weeds in your own garden.
I
Stop
like that.
worrying about what's going on and who's doing better in this competition. Tend to your own weeds. Plant your grass, start your business. It will grow. And it did. And just step by step. It took about 3 years for me to really bust into the market in Short Hills, and I was very lucky. It's where opportunity and preparation meet is where I got lucky. And 2005 was a huge market, and I was caught up in it, which helped me stay through 2008 and 9 and 10. So
No, this is a major, major value in this live. Guys, if you didn't catch it now, you better replay this later because there's a valuable content in here from Jamie. And is there anything that you would love the final thoughts that you have going on that we can share with those that are watching?
um, sure, just believe in yourself. Do the things that uh, to do in your business and in your life. Do the things that that work. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. If you don't know what to do, find somebody who's successful and look at what they're doing and try to implement it into your own structure. If you don't know how to do videos, this and that. Find a friend, find somebody like Sean who can help you. Really, he's out there to help you move forward in your business. He's selfless. Find somebody who knows what you don't know and call him up or Zoom him up or videotape. Get connected and move your business forward, move your life forward. Connect with people you haven't seen in a long time. Those are the best ones. And it doesn't matter if you have no makeup or no hair, or you rolled out of bed and you look terrible. They're so happy to see you. It doesn't matter what you look like. It's gold to them. Share yourself, share your heart, share your life. Because right now, this is where we are right now, and this is all we have. And
that's
it. It's
awesome, beautiful ending right there. For those that don't know anything about me and Jamie's go back here in her community, please check out connectionmachine.biz. If you guys are looking for anything, these are the services that I'm helping those that are out there, and I'm always adding more. If you need anything from the insurance side, all my quotes are here. I'm always looking for people to subscribe to the Connection Machine YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in getting on a live, they're all up here. There's tons of video here, over 500 videos.
And guys, one more thing, John, never give up. I actually was going back, through my messages and scrolling, and I think that the first time you contacted me was like in 2016. And here we are 4 years later, actually doing this,
That brings up a huge thing. You got to keep plugging away. And and some people don't respond, they don't say anything, they don't reply. You just keep, reminding, hey, I'm still around. And I'm still going to help you.
When that person, it doesn't necessarily say anything about you, so don't make it mean anything about you. When that person's ready to reply, like Sean kept going. I actually didn't really get a conversation going till like a month ago.
Right.
From 4 years ago. So just because they didn't reply don't make up a story that you did something wrong, or they don't like you, or they don't want to buy. I've had buyers and sellers come back into the market 5-6 years later and like, I'm ready now. When they're ready, they'll reach out. Hey, if it wasn't a match, they'll go with someone else. But if it was a match and meant to be, they're coming back.
Right.
That's it.
Right. No, that's a great ending right there. We'll hug till the next one.
Hugs through the screen.
You did awesome for your first live, and we appreciate everyone that tuned in. We hope you drop a comment or two, those that are still with us, about how you felt our live went. We would love to have some criticism, good, bad, or indifferent. And as always, we hope you guys have an awesome day.
Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Yep.
Bye.